Hello, I'm Sean Gilligan, the founder of Web Anywhere, and I'm joined today with Arthur Howie, who's the Education Portfolio Product Manager for School Jotter. Hi, Arthur, how are you?
Hi, Sean. Yeah, I'm doing well.
Good. So we're here today to talk about School Jotter Learn, which is how do you set up a virtual classroom for distance learning? This is especially important during the school lockdown that we've got due to the coronavirus. So perhaps briefly you can just describe what School Jotter Learn is, Arthur.
Sure. So School Jotter Learn, it's a safe sort of walled garden space for school self-learning sites. And it's something that, particularly over the recent weeks with the outbreak, that we've been getting a lot of engagement from schools on. And what we sort of find, most schools are setting up pages in order to share resources. And they create these learning sites, so you might have one for each school year in the sort of primary school, and then the teachers adding resources on there. So they're grabbing resources from places on the internet, and then rather than sort of sporadically sharing them out through different channels, it gives them somewhere just to put everything all in one place, so that the parents and the students got really easy access to it.
Okay, that's interesting. So it's similar to a school website, but it's a teacher website. Now, these websites are private, they're password protected, so they're not available publicly on the internet. But can you just talk about how, firstly, the teacher website can be shared with pupils and how pupils can access? And then perhaps we can move on to how teachers can share teaching websites between each other, both within a school and then beyond the school.
Yeah, so in terms of getting the students in there, we sync with the school's MIS, so the data comes straight across from there, nice and easy. Then when it's in there, the teachers create the learning sites. It's really easy. Click the button, new site, put in a few details, which you can do in 30 seconds. And then they just choose who to share it with. So it might be you want to share it with a particular class. It might be to share it with the whole year group, the whole school, however they want. It's non-prescriptive, but they just choose who they want to be in there, and then those students get access to it straight away. And then in terms of the resources and the learning sites, so when a teacher creates something that they want to share, so it might be a learning site on a topic, so it might be the Vikings or the Egyptians or something, and they've obviously done the hard work getting everything together. They can then make that available, so other teachers within the school could sort of make a copy of it and remix it, do something different. Or equally, they can share it across the whole School Jotter Learn community. And what that does, it means that any teachers using the platform can go in there, have a look at that learning site or that resource, and if they like it, they can then take a copy of it, so that then transfers to their school. So then they can branch that, they can do what they want within that, but they've already got that basis there, so it's nice and quick and easy to use. And it's something that it sort of promotes sort of social aspects of this as well, in terms of people rolling this together, creating content together and sharing.
So for a teacher getting started, they don't have to start from scratch. They could literally duplicate or clone another teacher's website. Talk to me about the interactivity and quizzes, how tests can be set up that are self-marking within School Jotter Learn.
Yeah, so within Jotter Learn, we have a wizard for this. So that sort of takes through step by step. So you put in the basic details, the name of it, the description, and then you just build it up question by question. And there can be different types. So you can have free sort of pre-text questions. It could be uploading a file, or it could be a multiple choice, this sort of thing. And anything where the decision's already there, so it's multiple choice. The school will say, okay, so there's these 4 answers, this is the correct one. And then when a student completes this, it automatically marks all of that for them. Any content where it's sort of subjective, it's a free text answer or a document the teacher's going to read, they can then obviously read that, make a decision on it, and then feedback again, so they can grade the quiz or the assignment, or they can just give some sort of direct feedback through text there.
Yeah. Now, in order to have School Jotter Learn, you don't have to have the full School Jotter suite, which includes things such as school websites, mobile apps. So if a school wanted to get started with School Jotter Learn, what's the sort of next steps that they'd have to take?
So with Jotter Learn, because there are a few options, it's probably best for the school to get in touch with us so they can get a demo on it. In terms of going through it, so we find, again, because it is a non-prescriptive way of doing things, schools are all doing it in different ways depending on what suits them best. So I've seen schools that just have the sort of learn part of it, so the learn module with the resources, and they get on with that straight away. We have other schools that also use things like the forums module, so they've got a sort of a safe space for direct peer-to-peer communications between kids as well. So there's different options, and I think it's one of those things you really need to get a good demo on this, and then you can understand and sort of choose what's best for the school.
Okay, and it's quite quick to set up, and like you say, there are other apps available. So there's the portfolio app, there's Merits, there's other functionality there. But the purpose of today was to talk about Jotter Learn and this ability to create a virtual classroom for distance learning, which is particularly relevant during this lockdown. So thanks for your time again, Arthur. It's been great talking to you. I think that's a good overview of School Jotter Learn, and you can find out more information at schooljotter.com. So thanks for your time, Arthur.
Thank you, Sean.
And thanks to everyone listening. Bye for now.